Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, sampler for these series videos I've been doing for a little while now. Go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about the stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff that, time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie, I'm a little less enthusiastic about this review than I would have been a couple days ago. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there, I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammering on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck. And whilst I'm doing that, folks, I'm wearing grody work clothes. Typically, when I'm inside the truck and I'm wearing grody work clothes, that means I was on my way home from work and I found some shit to review for you. But that's not the case today. No, I actually picked this item up sometime last week, along with another item. And I reviewed said other item a couple days ago. Hence why I'm not quite as enthusiastic as I maybe would have been before reviewing that other item. But, what is said item? Why am I less enthusiastic? Well, folks, it happens to be, boom, it is Muse, My Muse. There's a little My Muse inspired soda. The tropical citrus flavor. Look, it's got pineapple on it. Yay, pineapple. You all know I love pineapple. I love pineapple so much, I have an entire playlist called the Pineapple Playlist, which is a playlist of just pineapple-related reviews. This might end up on there, depending on how much pineapple I get out of this. But yeah, so this is like an alternative soda brand. It's got, oh my god, it's got adaptogens, electrolytes, caffeine-free, no artificial flavors or sweeteners. Yeah, all that good stuff. I'd seen these around for a little bit, but, you know, just hadn't really gotten to them, and then a couple days ago, a week ago, I decided to pick them up, and a couple days ago, I decided to review their black cherry flavor, and, I mean, I didn't hate it or anything. Go watch the review if you want my full, input on it, but I have to admit, I was kind of coming into this like, all right, this is going to be really awesome. And then after the black cherry, it was like, oh, okay, maybe not awesome, but maybe it'll be okay. So let's get a thing for the thing first and foremost. And let's go ahead and try it out. Plus, this is just a drink for me right now because I got to wait until tomorrow before I can go over there and get some proper supplies, so I'm just kind of anything I can review and go over there and consume. It has an okay pineapple smell. That has me happy. Let's give it a go. Ooh. Okay. I like this one more than I like the black cherry, for sure. Part of that is just because, again, I'm a pineapple slut. And you do get an okay taste of pineapple. It's definitely mixed with other things. I'm guessing it's supposed to be pineapple and orange. And, if that's the case, that's a perfect combination. Pineapple and orange is like one of those just brilliant combos. Everybody puts mango together with pineapple, and I'm not saying that's a bad combo. It's perfectly fine. But I feel like pineapple and orange kind of gets overlooked. Both very good fruits, and they work really well together. Yeah. It's got to be like a pineapple and orange blend. Although I will say, so one thing I learned from doing these reviews, especially when I go over there and I'm doing a review of a drink, like a sealed drink especially, it's always beneficial to go over there and wait to have a proper opinion until I've had at least a couple sips. That first sip can be very deceiving. And that seems to be a little bit the case here. The first sip seemed to have more pineapple, whereas the second sip definitely more orange. So, but there is still some pineapple in there. So, it's not a bad blend, actually. I think I like this one a reasonable amount. I'll say this, I think that this would have been a better flavor combo for just a normal soda. And as I've mentioned in other reviews, because I've reviewed plenty of alternative sodas, I'm not against, the alternative soda trend. I think it's really cool, actually. I think some of them do it a little bit better than others. But, from what I've had from the Muse stuff, from the Black Cherry and now this, I think that they're pretty solid. It is one of those things where it's like, there's no two ways about it. It doesn't taste for me as rewarding as like a proper soda would. And it's a little bit of a shame because, like I said, I like the flavor blend here. And in my head, it's just like, this would be 10 times better if it was just a normal soda. But, obviously, I'm not going over there and using that against it. It's just what's in the back of my head. Ultimately, it's about the experience that I'm having right now, rather than the experience I wish I was having. But no, I like it. It's got, I would say, the flavor is pretty well blended together. I think the orange has a little bit of an advantage, which is a little bit disappointing for me because, pineapple slut again. But you definitely do still get some pineapple in there, for sure. And it's kind of nice because you get like sort of the citrus hit from the orange, and then you also get kind of that, sort of pineapple, sort of tropical hit. So, again, it's a really nice flavor blend. It's a little sweet, a little tart. And the one thing I will say with the Muse stuff, it feels muted. That's the thing. And I mean, part of that's just because they're using less sugar and, they're using different types of ingredients. I think they use stevia, I want to say, for the organic cane sugar and then organic stevia. So, yeah, it's obviously just going to be a little bit different. And like I said, it does feel a little bit muted. But it's not bad. I will say, because it is, an alternative soda and they're using less sugar and, stevia and kind of in its place, it definitely has a different flavor profile, and you can tell that it's not you can tell it's not just a normal soda. You can tell it's being sweetened with something else. But the flavor, for the most part, does a pretty good job of mostly covering up for that. You kind of only get it at the tail end of the experience where it becomes a little bit more evident that, like, okay, I don't think they sweetened this with just sugar. But, two questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? On occasion, and sure. So, I think for me personally, even though this definitely still runs into the same problems that I ran into with the black cherry flavor, which is, again, it just feels muted. It feels wanting, sort of compared to, again, just a normal soda. I like the flavor combo on it, and I think that kind of, it helps, if I'm sort of teetering between yay or nay, it teeters me a little bit more towards yay. Now, that said, would I get it with any regularity? No. It would be one of those things where, like, on occasion, especially, right now, the only place I've seen them has been at Target. If it does make its way out into the world and, eventually shows up in like a gas station setting or something, something like that. But I'm not going to go out of my way for it, but at the same time, I could maybe grab one again. And if I'm recommending it, kind of. Well, yes, I guess. The thing is, when it comes to these alternative sodas, right now, with what they're able to do with the sweeteners and, the various concoctions that they come up with, I don't know that alternative soda is really the proper branding. It is, but it isn't. The thing is, I really, at this point, would still classify them as their own thing. I personally would not drink these as an alternative to soda. I would just get a soda, and then I would maybe have one of these periodically, but I wouldn't substitute one for the other, if you get my meaning there. So, if I'm recommending it, it is one of those things where it's sort of based on the caveat of like, okay, well, are you into alternative sodas? If you're into alternative sodas, absolutely. I think it's a pretty good one as far as they go. I've had better, I've had worse. But I do think overall it's a nice product. I don't have any issue with what they're trying to do. But the counterpoint is, if you're somebody who is just a more contemporary soda drinker, I wouldn't really recommend these because they're still a bit too far off from the real deal. So, yeah, but maybe you're someone who's a little bit kind of, in between, maybe you're trying to look to maybe transition a little bit away from the heavier sugar sodas. This works. I'm not saying it's healthier or anything like that. I don't know if it is or it isn't, but it's an option. 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your year. Folks, go over there yourselves a truly pineapple-tastic rest of your life. Because, folks, when it's pineapple, it's always pineapple-tastic. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do can't do it all the time. I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back. Try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives. Hopefully, do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, here's my personal challenge to you. If you do go out, to Target or maybe other places, I genuinely don't know how available this stuff is. If you run into the Muse stuff, if you've had it before, try it and let me know what your take on it is. Because this is one of those ones where it's like, I kind of want to be on its side. I'm liking what it's doing, but at the same time, it's like, is this one of those things where like I should maybe invest a little bit of just my own personal time outside of doing review stuff? Maybe. But let me know what you guys personally think. Again, your personal experiences with it or any other alternative soda brands. Always interested, all that kind of stuff. But anyway,